Hello traders, welcome to today's 5-minute Bitcoin update. It is Friday the 18th of August and we wake up today with quite a lot of blood on the charts. What a move it was last night. I actually had quite an early night because I'm doing my early morning routine at the moment, waking up very early. And yeah, I had some alerts that went off. And I didn't really know until like 6 o'clock this morning when I started looking at the charts that like quite the extent of the move that we have had. So I hope everyone's hanging in there. It's one of those days. These days don't happen very often. But either making a lot of money from short positions or losing a lot of money from trying to take longs. We had warned about this volatility. We told you it was coming. Didn't really know the direction. And we did, in fact, have that when we were talking about this previously, looking for that spike up before there being any move down. And yeah, the volatility has kicked in and it has chosen down. And that is where we are at now. So we just have to readjust and yeah, trade the new data that is now upon us. So just having a look at this on the daily time frame, where are we now? Okay, so whichever way you look at this, it's not looking great. Yep, we've broken the log scale trend line where we had this move that we were watching earlier on in the week, okay, Monday and Tuesday. Started to break down from that, and now if you go onto the linear, this being the start of the year to your first touch point, the only way that you can really validly do trend lines, there's no point doing shit like this because it just isn't valid, okay? You've got to go for the earliest point. Then, yeah, we've broken it. We're broken it on all accounts, but we are inside value area of this larger range. You can now pretty much say that this is all one range, okay? This being a deviation up towards the highs, your POC coming in there at $28,000, and your value area low sat down here at 26,200. Holding in the value area low after getting a sweep that took out these lows, took a bunch of stops, hit a load of liquidations, and yeah, now starting to consolidate. So for the next few days, we're going into a weekend. I would expect it to be fairly sideways. I would not say at this stage that the low is in. The reason for that is that vastly different lows on every exchange, okay? Coinbase, for example, not coming down and taking lows. Binance, for example, not coming down and taking lows. It was really only the degenerate exchanges, Bybit being one of them, that we came and swept those lows. So I would express caution here when looking at the charts, because this is damaging. Of course, there is always the opportunity. There is always the chance that this can do something like it did back here, run stops, reverse. But because we have just such a big wick on this, and it's so different across so many different exchanges, I would imagine that this starts to actually find a true level at some point soon. So just the nature of it, okay, it does. I've been saying this for a long time, okay, you lose 28,400, I become bearish. And if we actually go over onto the Discord and we have a look, then yeah, for both myself, for P, I know was mentioning this as well, there were short positions that we were looking at. So yeah, going on to here, there were a couple of longs that I tried to take yesterday, didn't work out so well. These were mainly on altcoins, so a lot of these ones now invalidated. But this being like really one of the scenarios that we had been talking about, okay, if you lose that 28,400, you can basically just short that. Like you've lost your support and you can then go for a short. And that is exactly like what, well, I wasn't able to catch a short, but one of those moves that I've kind of missed. But yeah, it's one of those situations where the loss of support leads to just good opportunities to the downside. And I know a lot of people within the crew played this really well. And this is one of the scenarios that we had been talking about quite a lot. So yeah, that's where we are. Going down onto the 4 hour again, like just massive wick. This is going to take some time to clear up, so I'm not going to do too much TA type of stuff. And then if we go down onto the 15-minute time frame, then we can see there's good levels already. Okay, if we come up and sweep highs, you got 15-minute order block. So if we do recover this whole move, there's opportunities to go short. There's nice liquidity here. I would imagine we're going to start to form a range. Okay, so sweep highs, come down, sweep lows, start to form a range, and be able to trade off of that. So yeah, there's really not too much more to say on this. It's just giving it a bit of time. If we have a look at EXO, maybe on the TPO, it's the same kind of thing. Okay, you've got your single prints, you've got your buying tail. So a move down into that would provide opportunities for a long, move up to fill those single prints, opportunities to take a short. Previous day points of control, I don't think that's something that we're going to be needing to look at today. But it is there at 28,000, and as we've seen on the previous chart, that also lines up with the macro point of control. So where we come up here, if we are to get to that previous day point of control at some point, then yeah, that now becomes significant resistance. I've got a phone call, so this is a good time to wrap this up so I can answer my phone. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will update everyone again very soon. And yeah, have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers. Bye-bye.